There are a ton of videos out there where people are building the ultimate PS4s.
This disaster that sits in front of me are some of the most popular PS4 accessories. A little video called Building the Ultimate PS4. You may have caught our Building the Ultimate PS4, and I used the word ultimate very lightly there.
That's cool and all. I mean, don't get me wrong, we've gotten caught up in that kind of stuff here too. We've reviewed all kinds of really cool, awesome controllers and awesome headsets and stuff that is, you know, not exactly cheap. But at the end of the day, how really important is all that to shaping your game experience? Is it just the game itself, or does all this stuff accent in some way? Well, let's find out. Let's go ahead and build the worst PS4. With the right kind of PS4 to build off of. Now, yeah, there's PS4 Pros and PS4 Slims out there now that you can buy brand new, but let's go older. Let's get an original PS4, the kind with that super loud fan. And on top of that, let's not try to find one that's still boxed and nice. Let's go get a used one that's gonna be maybe even beat up a little bit and try it out. So we're on our way right now to our local nondescript major chain game. It's GameStop. We're going to GameStop. And the plan is we're going to pick up a used PS4. Now, when you buy used stuff, they have used and refurbished. We don't want refurbished. That's like they clean it up and fix stuff up. We don't want that. We're going to ask for the ugliest used one they have, where some guy just traded it in. Maybe there's some dents, I'm hoping, and they're just reselling it as is. That's the hope. So we've grabbed our PS4 here, and it's actually not quite as beat up as I was hoping, but that's fine, that's fine. It does have some scratches on the gloss, which is a little messy looking, especially in the right light, but that's okay, because we can cover that up with a skin.
Oh yeah, today I feel Super Bowl. Feel it in your mind, you lose control.
All right, so our PS4 is wrapped in this beautiful, beautiful skin. And now that we have that, we got to talk about what accessories we're gonna use for this terrible idea. So we've got our PS4. Next up, we need to grab what is probably the most important part of how you interact with the game, the controller. Now, yeah, we can go with the regular DualShock on the PS4, but let's jump on Amazon and read some reviews. Useless. These are cheaply made and malfunctioned after a few weeks. We bought two and the cord fell right out of one of the controllers, exposing the wires. The buttons started sticking on the other one. 1 star. Disconnects. 1 star. Waste of money. 1 star. Warranty. 1 star. POS. 1 star. Tragic. Don't get. 1 star. We got it. It's not even like taped properly. It's got like, oh yeah, this is what we needed. It's just enough like a PS4 controller that, oh wow, that is awful. I can't wait to hook this up and actually try it out. But first, before we can actually finish up this whole setup, there is one important part we of course need, and that's a TV. Now we've gotten all kinds of 4K systems and stuff before that look awesome, but once again, we want to see how this is for a terrible experience. So let's hook it up to a CRT. So we've hooked up our PS4 to this old Samsung CRT TV, which we may have taken out of the Pokemon Snap Station? Anyways, don't worry about that. The point is we have our PS4 running on the CRT. Now, if you're curious how we did this, it's not magic or anything. All we did was plug in the PS4's HDMI cable into a converter to AV, and it goes right into the CRT, no problem. And surprisingly, it actually looks really good. So with all these things coming together, the CRT TV, the really bad controller, the money skin on the PS4, how does this affect the experience, and what is it like to actually play games on it? Okay, all right. So this actually looks pretty clear. I mean, relatively. It's obviously not 4K, but I can see things. That being said, playing a game where it's important to shoot things like directly in the eyes is a bit harder when you're in whatever lower resolution this is that I forget off the top of my head. Oh, I'm stuck going left. The controller is just only reading left now. But yeah, I'm just running in circles and getting dizzy. Can we unplug that and replug it in? Yeah, I gotta be honest, when we first kind of pitched this idea, in my head I was like, it doesn't matter what TV you use or what controller you have. I mean, if a game is fun, a game is fun. And I still kind of believe that, but this definitely kind of ensures to me that there is a certain baseline you need, because it's kind of insane that we're using a controller that's constantly disconnecting and a TV that's over 2 decades old, ripped out of Pokemon Snap Station. So yeah, I think a thing to really realize is you don't necessarily have to have the most expensive or the nicest stuff out there. Whatever you got at home is definitely better than this.